All right, so today I'm going to be testing out my my on-the-go 8x10 kit. It's a Kodak Commercial View camera. It's pretty old. I've just got one lens, a 250mm lens, Fujinon 6.7. I'm going to be testing this out. It's my on-the-go camera, so I can just throw it in the car. And if I see a quick shot, I can just set it up. I drive past these old tires just about every day, and I've been meaning to take a photograph. The light's kind of overcast right now, so I think that it'll work out well. I've sort of selected my composition already with my viewer, and I'm going to go ahead and set up here now. This old Kodak Commercial is beat up, but it works well, and so I like it for the idea of my on-the-go camera because it if it gets ruined or something or stolen out of my car, I don't think that I would be that crushed by the loss of it. So it's always kind of interesting because, you know, I'm sitting here in this busy city. Road over here is kind of busy and everything. I always get a little bit nervous about people coming up. Actually, before I started the video, a gentleman pulled up and asked me what I was doing. Apparently he works over here and they own this property. You know, and I just explained to him that I found these tires really interesting. He said some of these tires are actually probably older than I am. Okay, sorry, I'm out of camera here. I'm trying to get my stuff. Now, the Kodak Commercial View here doesn't have a front tilt on it, which is actually kind of problematic, but I have the adapter to allow a front tilt on there, and that's mainly the reason why I'm okay using this camera, because if it had no front tilt, I think that it would be very problematic for depth of field. So I'm glad that I got this. Side note, this camera I picked up from somebody who used to work for the Studebaker Corporation, and it probably shot some old Studebaker cars over the years. Just a side note. I decided on the Fujinon 250 as the main lens the only lens for my on-the-go camera, because I think it's the right amount of focal length. It's not too wide, but it's just a slight little bit wide. So it's a good probably overall lens. All right, so I'm going to get things composed here and focused and dialed in. This dark cloth is huge. I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but it's a much bigger dark cloth than I'm used to using. But it was good for the on-the-go kit because I don't use it that much. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here and take a little bit of time and set this up. I don't think you want to sit there and watch me in this video for however long it's going to take me to refine the composition and dial in the focus. But I'll turn the video camera back on in a little bit here, and we'll carry on. It's actually started to rain a little bit, so I got to work as fast as possible. I'm using Delta 100. I'm going to rate it at ISO 50. Actually, no, the wind's blowing a little bit, so I think I'll rate it at ISO 80 F32 at 1 second. I gotta shoot fast. It's raining like mad. So the wind hopefully won't blow. I just gotta shoot this. Of course, there's the wind kick up. Okay, I'm certain I got some motion blur on some of the foreground trees here and stuff, so I'm gonna take another one. It seems like it might be letting it up just a little bit. So maybe I can squeeze one more in. Just gotta reverse the holder. Okay, so now I have a decision to make. I just moved the camera ever so slightly when I was trying to reverse the holder, and so I know my composition is not the same. I think I'll try it again just in case. It is literally raining right now, but that's why I'm using this camera, because it's sort of my knockaround camera, and if it gets ruined, then it gets ruined, but well, now the wind isn't blowing either, so I'm gonna set up and take one more. I'll risk it here. I'm just putting my holder back in the bag. All right. Okay, it seems pretty good, so I'm gonna get the holder back in. There's a little bit of rain on the lens. I'll have to wipe it off. Okay, I'm gonna. What do I do with my light meter, huh? Okay, I'm gonna meter again real quick. So F32 at 1/2 second. Try to wipe some of the rain off. All right, let's shoot. Luckily, the rain is holding up a little bit, and it's not raining too badly. Got to work kind of fast here. Okay, the wind held up there. Hopefully that works out. Okay, I think we're pretty good here. Actually, the rain has stopped. You know, this is how it goes when you shoot sometimes. You rush. Well, you take your time setting up, and then something happens, like it starts raining or whatever, and you've got to rush to take the shot. It's just part of shooting large format, part of photography. Hopefully this turns out well. Again, it was Delta 100. I shot the first one at ISO 80, but then I needed a little bit faster shutter speed, so I shot this second one at ISO 100, and I'll develop it normal in D76. So hopefully this shot turned out well. I'm going to pack up and head out. Again, this is the Kodak Master View camera with the Fujinon 250mm lens, just sort of my on-the-go travel camera. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it seemed a little rushed and chaotic, but it is what it is, and this is what it's like when you actually video yourself really filming and you're not sort of acting it out after the fact. But hopefully you got a little bit out of this, and if nothing else, it shows you a little bit of what it's like to actually take a photograph with a large format camera in a rush.